I'm Peter Webster, and this is your Sounds of Brass Band World News, bringing you the latest contest results, international headlines, and a full rundown of what's coming up across the banding world this week. It has been a huge week in the brass banding world. Whit Friday results have now landed across both Tameside and Saddleworth, and the banding calendar is yet again bursting with events at home and abroad. With the World Brass News, the international contests have started rounding up. The global contest calendar is in full swing now, with major events taking place around the world. The Clans versus Counties contest is due to take place. The French Open, Elite 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th divisions and March contests. And the Luzerne Contelaz Youth Music Fest with multiple youth brass categories is also shaping up to start. On the 13th and 14th weekend of June, East Midlands March and Hymn Contest will be taking place on the 13th of June. The Dutch Open, the Championship 1st, 2nd divisions will also be taking place on the 13th of June, and the Newton Open Air Contest will be taking place on the 14th of June, and finally the Wetherby March and Hymn Contest will also be kicking off on the 14th of June. It's these events that continue to draw strong international participation, with European contests in particular seeing increased entries from the United Kingdom's bands following the Whit Friday season. The Brass Band Conductors Association conducting competition semi-finals is set to be another fantastic affair. The 10 semi-finalists have been announced and now look forward to working with Hammonds and Elland Silver Bands at Halifax Minster in a fortnight's time. Supported by Yamaha and the Yorkshire Music Future Trust, the competition begins at 11 a.m. on the 20th of June and will be presided over by adjudicators Andrea Price and Chris Holding. Semi-finalist Neil Brownless, Oliver Wilson, Alan DeGuide, Fiona Bishop, Si Nok Vong, Rita Arens, Tom Hancock, Hannah Karaka, Robert Fraser and Harry Bennett will work on Metamorphosis or on Finlandia by Andrew Wainwright or Ghosts of Industry by Lucy Pankhurst. Following their efforts in the semi-finals, 5 finalists will be chosen to rehearse their concert item, which will be allocated to them from Light Cavalry Soup to Shine as the Light by Graham, Disney Fantasy by Richards, Just As I Am by Heaton, Prior a Notre Dame and Toccata from Suite Gothique by Bollman. They will then conduct Ellen Silver Band in the evening's Brass Classics Gala concert, after which the event's winner will be announced. The Black Dyke Band returned to Huddersfield Town Hall last weekend for a spectacular gala concert featuring an extended first half followed by the Yorkshire Youth Band, supported by Oldroyd Music Instruments and a massed ensemble of over 100 musicians. The gala concert followed a fantastic day of spotlight workshops delivered by the talented band members to great enthusiasm from all involved. The concert repertoire featured several crowd pleasers, including stunning solos contributions, solos from Tom Hutchinson and Gareth Hand. In addition, there was performances by Armthorpe, Elmfield, Delph, Abergavenny and Merley Silver Bands, culminating in a thrilling finale. The day also marked the retirement of Alison Childs as administrator of both the Black Dyke Brass Festival and Yorkshire Youth Brass Bands. Alison's dedication, commitment and hard work over many years have played a huge part in the creation and success of the Yorkshire Youth Band. To mark this remarkable contribution, the band's chairman of trustees, Philip Pearson, made a special presentation on behalf of everyone associated with the festival and Yorkshire Youth Brass Band. A spokesman for the band commented by saying, "On the day's success, a huge thanks to everyone who helped make today's Black Dyke Brass Festival such a success. Congratulations to all the bands who performed throughout the day, and a special mention to the Yorkshire Youth Brass Band conducted by Richard Marshall, who rounded off the festival in tremendous style. Thanks also goes to all the tutors who delivered the morning workshops, sharing their expertise and inspiring the next generation of brass band players. As one chapter closes, another begins. And we are delighted that Gareth Hand will be taking on the role that Alison Child has taken care of for the past 20 years, with such dedication and commitment, and leading the festival and Yorkshire Youth Brass Band into the future. Thank you, Alison, for everything you have done. A wonderful day of music, learning and friendship. We look forward to doing it all again next year." The Corrie Band is set to bring its thrilling, internationally acclaimed sound to audiences across Canada and the United States with an exciting 2026 North American tour. The 8-day, 5-concert tour marks 3 major milestones: the 50th anniversary of the band's historic 1976 bicentennial visit to North America, America's 250th anniversary celebrations, and the first visit by Corrie Band to Canada. Beginning in Markham, Canada, on Saturday the 24th of October, the tour will travel through Delaware, Ohio, James Madison University in Virginia, and Herndon, Virginia, before culminating in a spectacular final night concert in New York City on the Friday the 30th of October alongside the internationally renowned New York Staff Band. Widely regarded as one of the most successful brass bands in history, the Corrie Band has built a global reputation for musical excellence, innovation and electrifying live performances. Founded in South Wales in 1884, the ensemble has won multiple international and European championship titles and remains one of the world's leading brass bands under the direction of their musical director, Philip Harper. The 2026 North American tour marks another landmark international chapter for the band. Following acclaimed appearances throughout Europe, Australia, South Korea and previous tours of the United States. Commenting on the tour, Corrie manager Neil Blockley commented by saying, "This tour is a fantastic opportunity for us to meet new audiences in Canada, reconnect with audiences across North America and share the excitement, power and versatility of brass band music with both long-standing supporters and brand new listeners. We are especially looking forward to working with students, educators and local brass bands throughout the tour." Renowned for performances that combine technical brilliance with unforgettable entertainment, the Corrie Band presents programmes spanning traditional brass band masterworks, film music, symphonic arrangements and the contemporary repertoire. The tour dates are now announced. Saturday the 24th of October, they will be in Markham, Ontario, People's Theatre for the Performing Arts, Markham, hosted by Upper Canada Brass. On Monday the 26th of October, they will play at Delaware in Ohio, at the Ohio Wesleyan University, Grey Chapel, hosted by Dublin Silver Band. On Wednesday the 28th of October, they will be at the James Madison University in Virginia, Forbes Centre for the Performing Arts, James Madison University, and it's being hosted by the JMU Brass Band. On Thursday, the 29th of October, they will play at the Herndon, Virginia, the Florida United Methodist Church, hosted by Northern Virginia Brass Band. And finally, on Friday the 30th of October, they were playing in the Big Apple of New York City at the Centennial Memorial Temple, hosted by the New York Staff Band. Further concert details and ticket information will be announced soon and made available via www.coryband.com. That's www.coryband.com. The Brighouse and Rashtrick Band have been officially named as the 2026 Saddleworth Whit Friday champions, performing Knights Templar under the leadership of Professor Gary Cutt and sporting the glimmering British Open Shield. The band notched up a hat-trick of victories at Delft, Dobcross and Greenfield. The band added to its prize winning with a further 3. Commenting on the success, a spokesperson for the band commented by saying, "We are absolutely delighted to announce that Brighouse and Rashtrick Band has been crowned the Saddleworth Whit Friday Championships for 2026 winner. After an unforgettable evening of music making across the villages of Saddleworth, our players delivered performances full of commitment, energy and musical excellence. To come away with the overall championship title is a tremendous honour and a testament to the hard work, dedication and talent of every member of the band, and for it to be 4 wins in a row is an icing on the cake. Whit Friday remains one of the most unique and cherished events in the brass banding calendar, and we are proud to add our name once again to its illustrious history. A huge thank you is always to the March King Gary Cutt, our fantastic supporters who follow us throughout the night, and the contest organisers, volunteers, adjudicators, and all the bands who contributed to another spectacular Whit Friday. Congratulations also to all the competing bands, and thank you for making it such a memorable occasion. Further afield, Fordham's band provided to be a dominant force once again at the 2026 Tameside Whit Friday marches last weekend, performing the time-honoured offering of The President by William German. The band and musical director Michael Foles claimed 6 outright victories in Carnbrook, Droylsden, Duckingfield, Hurst Village and Staley Bridge, Celtic and Top Mosley, alongside a pair of second-place prizes in Denton and Staley Bridge Labour Club and a 3rd place in Hyde. The band were declared clear overall winners to become Tameside champions once again and for 2026. Commenting on their victory on social media, a spokesman for the band commented by saying, "We are absolutely delighted to be crowned the Tameside Whit Friday champions for the 23rd time in 24 years. As always, we worked extremely hard inside and outside the band room and had a fantastic time performing to the large crowds across the circuit. A huge thanks to all those involved in making this historic event possible, from the volunteers, the organisers, adjudicators and the appreciative audiences." This year, a record-breaking 154 bands took part across the Saddleworth and Tameside circuit for Whit Friday 2026. And finally, on this week's Sounds of Brass news, over the past 3 days, the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain team has had the privilege of working with 66 young musicians in London, Manchester and Birmingham, with participants travelling from far and wide to take part in these inspiring workshops. Designed for players aged 8 to 18, these free workshops help young musicians build confidence and develop the skills needed for successful auditions through expert-led sessions on preparation, performances, presentation, scales and sight reading. Led by Dr. Robert Child and supported by an outstanding team of brass and percussion tutors, the workshops also include ensemble playing, audition demonstrations and opportunities to meet the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain members and ambassadors. The tour began on Tuesday in London's St Martin's in the Fields, where 25 brilliant young musicians took part. From the very first note to the final mini-concert, the participants showed incredible musicianship, concentration, enthusiasm and hard work throughout the day. On Wednesday, it was the turn of the Chetham's School of Music in Manchester, where 30 talented young brass and percussion players embraced new challenges, growing in confidence and supporting each other throughout these sessions. The energy, focus and enthusiasm in the room was outstanding from start to finish. The National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain team visited the University of Birmingham for the third and final audition skills workshop of the week, where 14 exceptionally talented young players joined for another inspiring day of music making, learning and performances. The day ended with a wonderful informal concert for parents and families in the university's magnificent Elgar Concert Hall. A fantastic opportunity for participants to showcase everything they had worked on throughout the day. A spokesperson from the NYBBGB stated, "The feedback from participants and families throughout the week has been absolutely overwhelmingly positive, and it has been truly inspiring to see so many young people embracing new musical challenges with such enthusiasm, focus and determination." A huge thank you to every participant, parent, tutor, host, venue and supporter who helped make this year's Ready to Shine workshops such a success. As one of the UK's leading youth music charities, the NYBBGB remains committed to inspiring the next generation of brass and percussion musicians. And after this week, the future looks incredibly bright. We couldn't be proud of each and every participant achieved. From myself, Peter Webster, here at the Sounds of Brass newsroom, that was your Brass Band weekly catch-up of Brass Band Entertainment and Brass Band World News.